Good morning. This is Father Stephen Kelly from St. John's Church in Detroit. We're continuing our series of daily morning meditations, where we generally look at one or another lessons that are assigned for morning or evening prayer, what is known as the daily office lectionary. And today, for Monday, I thought we'd take a look at the lesson that's assigned from St. Matthew's Gospel. We continue these wonderful stories of healing and wholeness by Jesus Christ. So we're on chapter 9, beginning at the 18th verse. While he spake these things unto them, behold, there came a certain ruler and worshipped him, saying, My daughter is even now dead, but come and lay thy hand upon her, and she shall live. And Jesus arose and followed him, and so did his disciples. And behold, a woman which was diseased with an issue of blood 12 years came behind him, and touched the hem of his garment. For she said within herself, If I may but touch his garment, I shall be whole. But Jesus turned him about, and when he saw her, he said, Daughter, be of good comfort, thy faith hath made thee whole. And the woman was made whole from that very hour. And when Jesus came into the ruler's house and saw the minstrels and the people making a noise, he said unto them, Give place, for the maid is not dead, but sleepeth. And they laughed him to scorn. But when the people were put forth, he went in and took her by the hand, and the maid arose. And the fame hereof went abroad in all that land. And when Jesus departed thence, 2 blind men followed him, crying, Thou Son of David, have mercy on us. And when he was come into the house, the blind men came to him. And Jesus saith unto them, Believe ye that I am able to do this? And they said unto him, Yea, Lord. Then touched he their eyes, and said, According to your faith be it unto you. And their eyes were opened. And Jesus straitly charged them, saying, See that no man knoweth it. But they, when they were departed, spread abroad his fame in all that country. And they went out, behold, they brought a dumb man possessed with a devil. And when the devil was cast out, the dumb spake, and the multitudes marveled, saying, This is never so seen in Israel. But the Pharisees said, He casteth out devils through the prince of devils. And Jesus went around all the cities and villages, teaching in their synagogues, and preaching the gospel of the kingdom, and healing every sickness and every disease among the people. Okay, so we get a nice big scatter shot of healings and miracles. We get the rising of the dead, the ruler's dead daughter, even though, of course, we hear that they laughed him to scorn when he said she's not dead, she's just sleeping, right? And they had to put them out of the house for Jesus to perform this miracle. Literally just reached out, lifted her up, and life returned to her. We also, of course, had the healing of the woman with the issue of blood. And, of course, part of what we have to realize is that there was a sense of uncleanness when it comes to blood. Human blood is a sense of uncleanness. And so for a woman to have 12 years of an issue of blood means that she not only has a physical malady that she's been suffering from, but according to the Jewish tradition, she's also now unclean for 12 years. So she would not even dare to approach Jesus in her uncleanness as she would approach anybody at that time of if it was a time of the month issue. Now it's a 12-year issue. She has been an outcast. And so it is that this healing not only helps her physically, but it restores her to fullness and wholeness because of her faith, knowing that if she even touched his garment, she would receive it. And then, of course, we have the people born blind and the dumb are speaking. So this all, of course, is a fulfillment of God's promise through the prophets that there would be one who the deaf would be healed, the blind would see, the dumb would speak. All of these things are happening in Jesus Christ, and it is really quite remarkable. And, of course, what's the reaction of the religious leaders of the time? He's doing it by the devil. Right, and of course we know that's absolutely ludicrous. We know in other Gospels it says that a house divided against Jesus says when he's accused of doing these things by the devil, Jesus says, if that's true, a house divided against itself cannot fall. So why would Jesus cast out devils by the devil? Right? Doesn't make sense theologically and as well as just common sense. But of course, the Pharisees and the religious leaders are looking for a way to trap Jesus, and they need to justify this in their head rather than rejoicing in the joy of the miracles of what God is doing through Jesus Christ. So today's Monday, 12:15 Holy Communion. And I do hope that you'll be able to join us as we celebrate the Holy Communion and to receive the sacrament today. And may your Monday be a day that's full of blessings.